Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Everybody licks their chops when they get the chance to play one of the most famous courses in the world, the Stadium Course at the TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Frank, where are the scoring opportunities on this Pete Dye layout?
You can always look at the par 5s, 2, 9, 11, and 16. They provide probably the best chances to make birdies, or even in some situations, eagles. The next best thing really is the short par 4s. 12 comes to mind. A little blind tee shot. You don't have to hit drive. Just hit something long ironish, maybe a fairway wood off the tee, and then a wedge shot into a green that, will certainly, if you put the ball in the right position, give you an excellent chance for another birdie.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, you want to get out of the gates quickly, hit the proper approach shot here at the first. What does the player need to look out for?
Well, there's two distinct levels to this green. There's that left side and then that collection area to the right side. Flag on the top, it's a very, very difficult shot because that bunker plump comes into play.
Well played here, went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Second shot, good look at the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. Frank, you want to get off to a good start. This approach shot here at the first is important.
It is. Two distinct levels on this this green, the high side on the left there and the lower side on the right. If you're trying to keep that ball a little left of a middle, you've got to be careful of that bunker on the left.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. One under early in the round. Locked in on the read and the speed. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. She's into negative numbers now with that birdie. How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball.
Second shot. Oh, this is right at it.
Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Second from an excellent lie. Good-looking shot right here. Settles in over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
It's no snack, though.
You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. To -2 early in the round. He has this putt for eagle. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hit the ball in the right place there. And, yep, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
She has something going now to 2 under. Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
The big ridge in the middle of this green, really have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play. But there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
Well, this could be good. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
So a tester from 4 feet. -3 now for the round. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Good start at 4 under. Has this putt for birdie. There's a birdie to get to 3 under. So much focus here, Frank, on 16, 17, and 18. Number 4 is a hole that gets overlooked, but it's a fun one.
Yeah, the second shot here is more daunting, especially when that flag's on the left. So you really do start looking at that blue stuff, water.
What a drive. Just tattooed that. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, the second here at the fourth is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
This is a good-looking shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Frank, the approach here to the fourth is fraught with peril, isn't it?
Three distinct levels here. There's that sort of small piece in the front right. There's that left side of the green and that top tier on the right.
Getting set now over the putt. How about that? 4 under par. These putts keep the round together. Puts them at 4 under for the round. Fifth hole, good par 4, isn't it, Frank?
If ever a hole was built for Lee Trevino, who used to love to cut it, this would be the hole. It just looks and screams for a shot that's hit left to right. And that's the only way really to avoid bunkers left and long, and that one that's all the way down the right side.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that? That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
It can't be that good. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Rich, I don't think any player, top of the game, when they play TPC Sawgrass, they ever feel in control of their game. It's one golf course, and you'll see it too when you're playing on EA Sports, that each hole just sort of almost puts you deliberately off balance, and you can never feel like you're on top of your game. That, in a weird way, is the brilliance of TPC Sawgrass.
Well, that's what Pete Dye always set out to do. It wasn't so much what he built, but how he made you think about the round you were playing. He wanted to get inside your head. He wanted to play games with you. He wanted you thinking about that shot at 17, maybe while you were on the 11th hole, so that you were thrown off while you were playing 11 because maybe you heard a roar at 17, or maybe the wind was gusting in a certain way that it threw a thought in your mind that, oh my goodness, when we get to 17, I might be in a little trouble. All about the games he played mentally with the best in the world. Good swing, good shot yet again. .105 yards left. Frank putting it all together today. What a nice performance.
It's been like a clinic so far.
And getting ready for the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Just a couple of feet. Good solid work right there, and stays at 4 under. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Another shortish par 4, the 393-yard par 4 sixth. Frank, what's the challenge here?
Well, there's 2 bunkers down the left, but that's not really the problem. If you hug that left side, there's palm trees that come into play on that second shot.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity. That's an absolute beauty.
Good contact, good result. Frank, there's a real art to putting a good score on the board, isn't there?
Yeah, that's why stroke play is so tough, Rich. You're trying to minimize everything on a golf course. Turn a 6 into a 5 or a 4 into a 3. It's like even off the edge of a green, trying to get up and down in 2 rather than 3. And you've got to do it for 18 straight holes. Straight holes. If it's a 72-hole tournament, then you've got to do it for 4 straight days. And that's why that's always been the best predictor of our best players. The ones that can go 4 days and make the least number of mistakes.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is classy.
They have a chance of going in.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Frank, how do you size up the approach shot now at the 6th?
Ideally, you'd want to have a good yardage in here, something where you can hit a nice high lofted short iron to make sure that you don't mess with those palm trees.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Starting to put something special together. 6 under par. Eight is not enough. That is 8 under par with that birdie. For birdie. Score that a birdie. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage peak die, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side. Just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that, it's actually a pretty good line. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Just pulverized that golf ball. Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. But this one has a chance to be really good.
Oh, that's fine.
But that is a sweet swing, like an easy breeze on a nice summer day.
Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. Strategically, Frank, how do you like to play this hole?
You've got to be aware of where you don't want to go. That front right bunker is probably the easiest bunker shot on this hole, but there's a little pot bunker on the left. That one there, always difficult to get it up and down. Safely on deck.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Second shot, good look at the green. Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. He has this for birdie. Beautifully done. Nice birdie. How about 5 under par for the day? TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Good-looking shot right here. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Locked in on the read and the speed. On the way. Get in the hole.
Can you believe that?
Will make birdie if he holds this putt. These putts keep the round together. Has it for par, stays at -5. Nudge this one home, finish it up. In for a bogey. Frank, I think this is one of the most fascinating holes on the golf course. The 583-yard par 5 ninth hole.
With technology now, a lot more players can reach this par 5 and 2. Gone are the days where it was a true three-shotter, but I remember when Sergio Garcia hit that 3-wood from, what was it, 270, 280 yards? Still one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, you know, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow through. All those things are still very valid today.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. He'll need to be strong with this. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed. Really. This is that awkward length. Can't birdie them all, Rich.
So a tester from 4 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. This for birdie. Well, in the words of the late, great baseball commentator for the Yankees, Phil Rizzuto, it's time for holy cow, Whitey. That's 11 under par. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
The first thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest. We know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position. Just keep it easy and visualize how tomorrow's going to pan out.